Now that's the story coming out of Jamaica, and this particular story that's out of Jamaica is kind of like, what the hell, right? So on a Friday, a high court in Jamaica ruled that schools have the right to ban students with locks from attending classes. Now, before I go any further, that is Jamaica. Most people know Rastas, Rastafarians, they know that originally they were the brothers and sisters with the dreadlocks. When you think, and we would say locks, of course. I mean, originally the folks called it dreadlocks, but it's a story and history to that word dreadlocks. But when you think about locks, you think Jamaica originally. That wasn't even a thing over here in America. That was always more so Jamaicans with locks. Now people over here in America doing it is kind of took off, but it was always their thing. So a place that everyone knows that for sure that's part of, Rastafarian culture, Jamaican culture for sure. Now you're banning it. Why? What is the reasoning for that? But we'll continue. So it said it took a 2-year legal battle surrounding Kensington Primary School could require a then 5-year-old to cut her locks before attending classes come to a close. Now, I did the research to say, okay, who owns this Kensington Primary School? But it's a government ran school for my research. I thought it was maybe a private owned school or something like that. But they're saying that the school claimed that the girl, had to cut her locks, for reasons related to hygiene. And the Supreme Court of Jamaica had decided the school was within its rights to do so. Now let's play for sure the other side. Let's say that is true. Let's say that's 100% true. Okay, couldn't you send the child home and say, hey, she needs to, you guys need to wash her hair. You can do something with her. She can't come here with her hair like that. I'm not talking about the style. I'm talking about if it's a hygiene issue. I'm just going off of the other side. I'm going both sides. So I still would have to tell you, you got to cut your hair, because cutting your hair has nothing to do with a hygiene issue. That's a lie. That comes from a white supremacist type of thinking to say the hair that grows out of our head is something wrong with it. It's bad. It's dirty. Like, you know what? I'm not going to go there in this video because I really can go on who really got the dirty hair. Oh, I can really go on there. But now say the panel of judges included Justice Sonia Bertram Linton, Evan Brown, and Nicole Simmons. They decided the school had not violated the girl's constitutional rights by requiring her to cut her locks. Okay. So the girl's parents, is a Dale and Shireen Virgo, also wear locks. Okay. So, they wearing what the parents wear. And Shireen Virgo refuses to cut her daughter's hair and says she will transfer her to a different school if Kensington continues to press the issue, and rightfully so. I agree with that 2,000%. She says, I'm not cutting my daughter's hair. She said, if they give me that ultimatum again, I will be moving her. It said a girl, who is now 7, has been temporarily allowed to attend the school with her locks, filed an injunction filed with the Ministry of Education. It said, according to her mother, the girl performed exceedingly well at a high-ranked school. It said, and was looking forward to moving to the 3rd grade. I mean, this is silly. This is utterly silly. In Jamaica, guys, not California, not New York, not Texas, Jamaica. So it said, recognized as a symbol of Rastafarian culture on the island. The girl's father said the court's decision allows schools to ban locks was an example of systemic racism. How you having systemic racism in Jamaica? Guys, this is Jamaica we talking about here. I mean, what, are y'all just selling out to these folks? What you trying to do, getting good graces of the folks? And you have to understand, the folks, their system is going out. Do you see what's going on right now? See, it's going to be a sad day, not only for the white supremacists, but it's going to be a sad day in the global black world too, when the white supremacist isn't ruling like he was, isn't doing the things that he was doing. Because we have too many black folks worldwide that love them folks. Oh, they love them. They want their validation. They want to listen to what they say. They want to follow anything they want. That is Jamaica. What that has to do with anything? You get what I'm saying? Who are y'all caping for over there? What kind of butter biscuit Sambos y'all got going on over there? Seriously. Once again, if for some reason the hair wasn't clean, send a child home like you were sending any child home. Say, hey, you need to make that girl take a bath, wash that hair, whatever you got to do. You can't be here like that. I'm with that 100%. I don't like smells either, but that's not the issue here. They just want the hair cut. So it's not a hygiene issue. You're lying. So, the family's attorney said it's a most unfortunate day for black people and for Rastafarian people in Jamaica. Okay. Now they said, although the Virgos say they don't identify Rastafarian, they view locks as expression of self-identity. They say all members of the family wear the hairstyle. Now, Dale Virgo, he said he found the court ruling especially troubling in the wake of worldwide racial reckoning with race. It's so weird that right now, the current climate of the world in 2020, we have protests and black people are fed up. He said, I will not be putting any creamy crack in her hair. Oh, man, that's a great black man. He said that the father of that little girl said he is not putting creamy crack in her hair. God, that's an awesome brother. Boy, I'll tell you, when you meet a brother like that, you just shake his hand and say, brother, you are a great father and you're a great husband. That you're not going to sit up there and put that creamy crack in your daughter's hair. It can get chemical burns in her hair and also susceptible her to cancer. That stuff can do that to you. Okay. So he says that her hair will continue to stay the same. That's what they stated. So the mom was stating that she also wants to hint at a potential homeschooling for her daughter in the future. It said the family and their attorney maintained the court decision violates the girl's constitutional rights. Now, what happened after this? The people of Jamaica got wind of this decision and got pissed off. So what happened? They start threatening judges. They start threatening all of them and say, hey, what are you doing? They said, we're going to have a problem out here in Jamaica. If you talking about kids are banning, locks in schools, you can't do that. And so now the chief justice that's there is pissed off and saying, well, that's not right. We have a rule of law and this and the third. But how are you going to take away a culture or expression in Jamaica? I'm going to say this again, Jamaica. How are you going to take that away? No, the people have every right to stand up against you. I'm not saying threaten people. We don't advocate threats to nobody. But the people have every right to take a stand against you. People have every right to file lawsuits. People have every right to protest. People have every right to show up in front of your house if they're pissed off enough because you're a public official. I mean, you are, if that's what they want to do. As long as they are on the street and they're not in your property and nothing like that. You can do that because trust me, from what I'm finding out, those like when they happen to Lori Lightfoot, when it's happening to these police chiefs, even when it happened to Mitch McConnell, people showed up at their house, they get shook when people show up at their house. Oh yeah, you should get shook because you don't know how it's going to turn out. So maybe you should do what's right before the people, or they may come to your house. You never know. And let me tell my brothers and sisters in Jamaica something. Do not allow Western influence to come into your country and say something is wrong with your hair or your cultural expression. You understand? Because what you have is a bunch of sellout Sambos in Jamaica that's trying to bring in this Western influence. And also the people in Jamaica, listen to me when I'm talking to you. Don't let the Chinese Communist Party come in and take over your land too, because I've heard there's a port that the Chinese Communist Party took over, and that's not a good thing at all. You cannot let nobody come take you over. Understand something. If you let people come take you over, you will be colonized. You will be put into slavery. Understand that. Jamaica has a history of slavery, just as much as we have a history of slavery. So you got to make sure to take your country back from all of them. Get rid of that chief justice and any of those judges that they need to go. They need to go, or they need to know that they better reverse that decision. And you know what? That girl needs to show up to the school, continue it. Like, put me out then, because I'm not about to do it. And I support any of us wearing our natural hair as we see fit. We don't need to put no chemicals in our hair, the hair that God gave us. There's nothing wrong with the hair God gave us. Forget that. You should be worrying about that girl's education, if anything else. That's what you should be worried about. And the school, based on we looking at here, lied about hygiene, because it wasn't about hygiene. You lied. It was about you just didn't like her locks. But leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about the situation that happened with this particular story. It's just utterly sad that we got like they said, in 2020, we having a awakening. And you got people doing things like this in Jamaica, of all places.